Hi, this is Jackie,
Hi, this is Diana.
and you're listening to Home Bodies Only, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO series or series that were on HBO. I just have to say that
Yes.
because we are talking about Abbott Elementary, season 2, episodes 7 and 8. Episode 7 is called Attack Ad, and episode 8 is Egg Drop.
All right. First of all, 7
Yes.
was better than 8.
Yes. I
Just going to throw that out
loved
there.
7. I didn't
Loved
mind
it.
8, but
Yeah,
I
it was
loved
good,
7.
but 7 was so good.
It felt like old times,
Yeah.
aka
Yeah.
more of season 1-ish feel to it.
Yeah.
But I need to make a note, which I didn't notice, I think, until the next episode. Mr. Johnson is not in this episode.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe he called in sick. He wasn't filming.
But they don't, and I loved it. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because he's always a really great part of the show. So I was a little upset that I loved the show and he wasn't in it. But I have to say, Tariq, even though he's annoying, like
it was good. You were right.
He brought it. I told Diana, like, Tariq is in it. You really don't want to hear that. He's so funny.
Dude, right. That was, Anyway, I just said dude. What the heck is wrong with me?
So basically, long of the short of it is, there is an ad, supposedly on Hulu, which is funny. They kept talking about Hulu.
Yeah.
That is for Legendary Schools, which is a company that creates charter schools. Legendary School. I know you can't even do it without singing it, right?
But wait a second, because let's just jump to the end really quick, because
we can jump to the end.
Tariq goes, working on this project or whatever, and he's like, Legendary School. He's like, yeah, I made up that melody. I was like, melody? No, you didn't.
No, he didn't. No, of course he didn't. I know. It was awesome.
I was like, California love, mister.
I know.
Bro.
California. I know. I was like, oh my God.
California love. Do, 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 do. Right? And he was Legendary
Schools. I know. I was right. It was great. What can I say? Okay. So this ad is up and it makes everybody look bad. But before we get into that, the beginning, I just thought this was funny. Jacob is telling Greg a story about a parent getting arrested for fighting. And he's like, wants to hear. He's like, is it? And it's involved. Was it involved the strip club? But it's really not as exciting as it first sounded because it ended up like, I don't know. She got taken away in the cop car, but they think like her brother was the cop. I don't know. Anyway, just thought it was funny. So
and the red light, green light, I was like, well, that was ruined by that other show. Remember that show that like ruined red light, green light?
Squid Games? Squid Games? I never watched Squid
that
Games.
Was like
I heard about
neither,
it.
But it was like this whole like it was just like this whole big thing. And
sick and twisted.
It was
sick and twisted. I mean, people loved it, but it was sick and I think Dave watched it, of course. I don't know.
Yeah. And then even on like at the playgrounds, like we weren't like the kid, we were.
They couldn't play that?
And then like I don't know if they weren't allowed to or something. I don't know. Because all of the sudden kids wanted to play red light, green light again. But then they were like pretending that,
They know because they know. It's on YouTube. Even if they never watched it, they'll hear about it. Because I remember Donovan asking me, I'm like, well, how do you even know what that is?
I'm glad that there was no like season 2 or anything, right? That was a one and done.
I think so. Probably because everybody died.
Thank goodness. Yeah, pretty much.
Sound like. Okay. The commercial is for Addington, by the way, and of course they have that teacher there, and I forgot her name, who like kicked a kid, right? She kicks.
Yes.
I don't know. Basically, there's nothing they can do about it because they signed off on it because they thought that was the camera crew from the show.
Yeah.
Like Ava's like, they all look alike with your beards. Oh, like she said something like decent looking or medium looking. I don't know, guys.
I love that they're like Barbara was like featured as, we didn't know till later why.
But, she looked amazing.
Everybody's
she looked like the good teacher who's at Addington, actually.
Exactly.
I wanted to say that in the beginning, I think it was one of the first scenes when Janine is finding putting all of Tariq's stuff in a box.
Oh,
she has the cutest jumpsuit on. Actually, I can't really see.
Adorable.
But yet then she goes to school, wears like, I mean, her stuff is kind of cute, but like the frumpy sweater and,
Yeah.
But she doesn't wear,
like
like, this is a really cute, I mean, she's not a bad dresser, but I mean, this is like a little more hip.
Right.
Tariq has a lot of stuff at her house, like toys, like not fun, not adult toys, children
like
toys.
figurines.
Yes. He's supposed to come by the next day to pick it up, and she tells her friend Erica about it, and she's basically like, no, you need to meet more at a neutral, less sexy location.
Yeah.
And then she also sees Greg talking to Amber, by the way, in that same little time. Tariq comes a little early, and I just want to say, like, once again, she doesn't know he's there. Like, he comes into the school. Nobody announces, like, you have a visitor. No one checks in with her. He can just walk right into the classroom of children
He had a tag
that he doesn't know.
He did have a visitor's tag. But at the same time, wouldn't they call down and be like, is he allowed to come?
I mean, they don't even allow parents of the children in the class to come in unless there's like, it's a party, it's a special day. I mean, it's, oh my God, whatever. But it's still funny. I mean, they all love him. Yeah. Her candy skirt, she has a skirt with candy on it. He's like, that makes me want to play Candyland.
Yeah.
And she's like, right, Princess Lolly vibes. He's like, you're doing it. Yeah.
Oh, I just said dude again. Oh, dude. I'm home with boys too much right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tariq is, wait, what? Oh, I have the ending part already. I jumped to that. What was wrong with me? Didn't I? Did I jump to that? I think I did. Never mind. So I won't do that. Okay. Here's some notes, I guess, is what I could say. Oh, well, it's funny. So we find out why Barbara is looking so great is that the guy in charge of Legendary Schools, maybe he owns it, I don't even know, is Draymond Winding. But she does Google it, but she acts like she found out like through a shady way.
Yeah.
No one else thinks to Google it, you know. But as soon as Barbara finds out who it is, she changes her tune and is like, let's just let it play out, blah, blah, blah. And we come to find out that he was her student. And that's why. But in the meantime, too, Tariq sees Greg gardening. And Greg's like, I don't do anything to make the garden better. And Tariq's like, you're a weird dude. That's cool.
That's cool.
Tariq tells him they're going to dinner and then maybe go to Redbox. By the way, I think there is still a Redbox in front of the CVS in Sorgaties. I haven't looked lately.
They're still in the grocery stores.
Oh.
Hannaford has it. Hannaford
I mean,
has
that's
it.
Good,
but yeah, I don't know what.
Like even my parents don't watch DVDs very much.
That's
at all.
Adorable.
Because they're 89 and 88. But
can we talk about where they're going? Have you ever been to a Bahama
Breeze?
It's a real place.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's basically they had one in college. I remember, like it's like an Applebee's type,
but it's like
Bahama Breeze,
Bahama food.
Yeah, it's
Bahama.
Yeah, it's like islandy,
jerk chicken.
I guess.
Did you see something about jerk chicken and shrimp?
Yeah.
Or something? I don't know.
Yeah, if you ever look on one of those gift cards where it's like all of the things
on there,
Chili's, it's like all like owned by the same company. They're definitely probably on there.
That's funny.
So I was laughing. So
I think they mentioned Bahama Breeze in the first season about them going there.
Oh, I didn't catch it.
I thought like to celebrate
here. I did for sure.
His something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was that, but maybe not. Maybe it was a different restaurant.
Bahama Breeze. That was a blast.
That's really funny.
Past. Yeah.
So when he says to Greg, maybe go to Redbox, take it back, go to her place or whatever. And then he's like, whoa, by the way, what's her, do you know what her favorite movie is? He's like, something with an in it.
Up, or something.
Us. Like, yeah.
Didn't know, but who knew?
Of course, who knew? Greg.
Of course.
And the movie was
Jumanji. Yeah.
What now? I hope the original with Robin Williams.
Yes.
I really hope
good.
That was. I have a feeling that's it because she's a 90s baby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it has to be that one. Okay. Joshua, in the meantime, one of Jacob's students, right? Yes. Is transferring to Addington. And Ava does say she's getting more and more transferring there, and it's really annoying to do the paperwork.
Sign like 6 things or something today.
And know the date. I think she said too. She doesn't know the date.
Yeah.
My problem is I always think it's the day ahead, because I'm always like thinking a day ahead when I'm at school. But before Joshua leaves, he says like mean things, and that made me mad. That made me mad.
That wasn't nice.
Obnoxious. Ava, Melissa, and Jacob are in the faculty room, and they decide to call Draymond. And Jackson, no, that's probably the wrong person. See, I put Jacob and it says Jackson. I went to Jax. Don't ask me.
Good autocorrect.
Jacob calls, and he actually just answers. And Jacob gets a little charmed by him because he likes his voice. Yes. And then he says he sounded like, oh God, what did he say he sounded like? Shoot.
I don't remember.
Come on. I should have written it down.
But yeah, it was somebody.
He like compliments him and stuff. And then Greg, I don't know, next scene maybe. Greg asks Janine if she thinks it's a good idea. So Draymond is going to come there. So
yeah,
Greg asks Janine if she thinks it's a good idea to go to dinner with Tariq. And she says, it's none of your business. Which I was like, yeah. I think if she didn't see him talking to Amber, she wouldn't have said that. But
exactly. She was giving it to him.
Yeah. Draymond comes. He had went to Abbott. We find out. Hi, Barbara. Says she's the best teacher he ever had. He basically had a really bad educational experience. He went through a lot at home. He talks about Abbott becoming a charter school and starts like tearing it apart. Says Barbara is the only thing that qualifies it as a school. And she's like, come in my room. She calls him into her classroom to school him. Janine gets a voicemail from Tariq at the end of the day. He needs her to drive them to the restaurant, and also he ate half of her sandwich. That's just sitting out on the windowsill. That was gross. Kind of gross. It's gross. And he also had drawn
say, like, gas up the Corolla.
The Caroli? Does it say the Caroli?
The Caroli?
Yeah. He also drew on her table in permanent marker. He drew him
Sharpie.
and her.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Sharpie. So I think that really turned her off. Draymond ended up saying that a charter school changed his life. Janine cancels dinner. Oh yeah, so they're in the parking lot. She asks him to meet in the parking lot, and she gives him
the boxes,
all this stuff, and then she gives him toilet paper, and he's like, "Thanks, we can't get this in New York."
Yeah.
She's like, "What?" This kind or something. Then Tariq calls his girlfriend.
Yeah. That was
jerk.
Such a jerk.
Yeah.
But some of the best parts in this show were like him being interviewed at the end or whatever.
Oh my God.
It's like, or when did he bring up like that he was doing Nick Cannon's next baby shower?
Nick Cannon's next baby shower. He also says his new album is called Method to my Madness. Meth. And like in the closed captions, they really emphasize, they put meth in like caps. And I was like, oh my God, isn't he going around about anti-drugs? And then when he's talking to Greg too, he's like, me and Neen are going to go get the nom-noms. And then they're the I don't know. And the new, what did he say something about new? I don't know.
It was great. It was great.
He's
his
a
old
good
delivery
addition
was
to
great.
the show. I don't want her dating him, but he is a really good addition to the show.
Yeah, he can come in here and there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Keeps it
oh my God.
fresh and fun.
Gosh. All right. I think and then what?
I wrote down, I totally forgot. Ava was talking about the commercial when she comes in the faculty room. And she was like, I can't get away. Something about like, I can't get away from this thing. You know, it's like T-Pain in 08. Because T-Pain was in like every song with that microphone. Remember? And what a controversy it created. Because nobody thought it was T-Pain. Nobody thought he could really sing.
Oh.
Because he was using that, right? And Cher used that microphone. And like, it was like a big thing. Like everybody was using
sound?
the auto-tune.
Oh my God. You know how many people use auto-tune?
And I think, And I remember I think I told you this like several times, but I watched like the Netflix special in the first episode. It was something about like music.
Yes.
It's like a documentary or whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
And T-Pain, they interviewed T-Pain like in the first episode of it or second one or something. And I was like sucked into it.
Yeah,
and the whole thing about him and like, and he actually can sing, by the way.
Oh, good to know.
I think he was on The Masked Singer. Wasn't it him that he actually like sang? I feel like he might have won it, or like maybe it was a runner-up or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, like he actually has a nice voice, but you would have never known
because they auto-tuned it.
The auto-tune. But anyway, it was
and Legendary Schools is auto-tuned too. Legendary. Anyway.
Yeah, and he was literally not literally, but he was in many songs.
So many songs.
He was such a featured artist on everything. Like,
that's so funny. I don't totally remember. Anyway. I mean, I remember him, but I don't totally remember that.
Yeah.
That was 2008 was when I first started in our district. So
yeah,
and I got married in 2008. Well, you got married in 2007 or 2008?
2007.
We talked about this. Oh, you were 2007.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Anyway.
Draymond, by the way, Barbara gets him to take down the commercial, but he does say at the end, he goes, "I'm going to turn every school in Philly into a charter school." And he says something like,
Abbott.
Next is Abbott or
something.
Abbott's
next.
Yeah. What's funny is a friend of mine, her ex-husband started a charter school in Baltimore back a long time ago. And I had actually just saw that friend. And I had watched this and I almost started to ask her about it because I didn't think charters, I mean, like at the time he was doing that, I thought that was great. But I know there's like pros and cons with it. So interesting controversy there. All right. Episode 8. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
I mean, I could do that if you want. I know how to get to it. Do you want me to do it? No.
That's okay. I'll just keep rolling.
Yeah. It's called Egg Drop. Just, side note in the beginning, they're in the garden and Greg buried a beef rib to scare them. First, Mr. Johnson's like, "Hoo-ah, I did it." And he's like, "Ah," like looking at he thought he did it. Why did he didn't realize he didn't do it. That was funny. They're having a half-year meeting, right? And Janine is happy because it reminds her that they still have a long time to go.
Oh,
till summer break.
Yeah.
That was funny. The only time, I have a note here, the only time I felt that way in my life where I was like sad it was getting close to the end of school was when I was in college. Because I loved college and I loved my friends and none of them lived by me, at home. So, and I really enjoyed college and my friends. So I would get sad for summer break.
Yeah.
I was like happy to be done, but I was also like, oh, because I really didn't have, I had friends from high school, but it was just different,
Yeah. I think for me too, being in college away from home and living.
Yeah. On your own.
On your own.
You come home and then you're the baby again.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. You could see your friends almost any time of day or night that you wanted. It was just, it's college.
Yeah. And it was great. It was great to like see like, my close friends from home and like hang out, and I worked. Yeah. But I remember like always going back early.
Yes, we would too. Yes.
Like if classes started in the middle of August, like I was already there.
I volunteered.
Like setting up 2 weeks before.
Now that I'm thinking about it, when we came back sophomore year, my roommate and I know we did. It's coming back to me. Oh my God. It was a long time ago. Almost 30 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Because my 30th reunion is this year. It's now. We're having it in the fall, but
high school, not college.
Graduated high school. Sorry. Yes. My high school graduate. Well, I'm thinking about when I went back for my sophomore year, it was a year later. So it was almost 30 years ago. Cause that was 94. Anyway, I remember we volunteered to come up and help out with, God, I forgot about that. We helped with like the freshmen cause the freshmen came early. So we helped with that. I totally forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. And I was like, yes, I want to come back early. And then after that, we would come back early because we were in a sorority and we had to do stuff with the sorority. But we were I didn't pledge a sorority until my sophomore year. Anyway, okay. All right. Oh, just one more note that the kids use their hands in like every holiday craft. That was really funny. They said that at the meeting, which is very true, especially in kindergarten.
Yes.
Actually, even second grade, Donovan had something with a hand. He did.
Can do so much.
Thing. Just recently, he brought just now, like he literally yesterday, he was like, "Oh, this is my fault." It's a hand thing.
Yeah, it's a hand.
A lot with hands. Okay. So the 8th grade does this egg drop every year. Did you ever have an egg drop in any of your school time?
No.
I like knew about it. There was something familiar about it, but we never did that. And we never did the like caring for an egg as like a baby. That was like another thing.
I feel like it was on every show, every sitcom.
Maybe that's it.
That's why it was like like Full House. I'll never forget. There was like something with an egg on the Full House, I think. And wasn't there a thing on the egg or like?
Well, we were talking about when we did Pretty Little Liars. Pretty Little Liars Original Sin. Remember, she had to take care of the baby, and I think we were talking about that. But I think that people also had to take care of an egg. I feel like there was a show because they couldn't drop the egg.
Yeah,
and they had to like care for it like a baby or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so I feel like a lot of shows back in the day, like all of those like Friday, the TGIF shows, like everybody had to care for a baby or an egg or drop an egg or decorate an egg.
And I never did that, and don't know anybody in real life who did that. No. Okay. Janine wants to do it too, and the teacher, Mr. Morton, doesn't want her to do it. He thinks it's too advanced. She's like, it'll be fun. He's like, it's not fun. It's science. And he's like, it's your funeral. And she's like, more like funeral. And meanwhile, too, he's nice to Jacob. And Jacob's like, oh, he's so passive aggressive. And Greg's like, he's not. He's not saying anything. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Morton asks for like the teachers to bring in eggs for this event. Clearly, so this was probably aired back like this past like fall, right? Fall, maybe closer to winter.
November, I think it was.
Right? So the price of eggs this year was like skyrocketed, right? Now, when they filmed this, I don't think that was the case. I think eggs were fine because they probably filmed it in the summer. Like, I don't know when they filmed it. But so I thought that was pretty funny because they kept talking about these eggs and all these eggs breaking. And I'm like, oh my God. Because I think, have eggs gone back down now? Because I don't pay attention, I'll be honest.
I don't really pay attention because we buy them regardless what they cost because we eat them.
And I'm not a baker. Like some people who like I know work bake and stuff like are like, oh my God.
We're like big egg people, like especially on the weekends. So I don't know. I
don't know?
Buy them. I think I do pay.
I actually just bought eggs and I forgot to look at I did it online.
I prefer the Eggland's Best unless I'm going to like a local farm or something. I do because they have the omega-3 blah 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 or whatever. Yeah, they're expensive to begin with, but I want to say that I was paying like almost $5 probably for a dozen.
Yeah, I
mean, my grocery bill in general, I'm like, I come home, I'm like, what happened? Like, how is it this much money? I mean, we eat healthy, and I do buy some snacks to have here and there, but like,
but
I'm like flabbergasted
what you're paying
anymore.
Well, that's why, because you're paying for the healthy stuff. You know, if it's healthy or organic, quote unquote healthy. Yeah.
I try to buy a lot of
cheap stuff is the processed snacks. Those are the cheapest.
Right.
It's great. They're just trying to kill us here in America.
Like, okay. Anyway.
Back
to the eggs.
Yes. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. So just some couple notes here, like when they bring in the egg, Ava grabs a raw egg hungover and she's like just getting into work. That was kind of funny. Janine asks how much glitter they're using on their eggs. I thought that was funny. Glitter. Jacob thinks the 8th grade science teacher is I already have that part, even though he's really nice. Yeah. And it turns out, can we just say at the end, he does really hate Jacob.
Yeah.
So that was funny. Okay, at the egg drop, that ladder is so tall. And, and like when Janine was going, I was like, no, Greg's going to stop it. Something's going to happen. No, she climbed up it. No. I was nervous for her, to be honest. Yeah. The science teacher, this is kind of funny. Before he drops I think the first egg maybe, or one. I don't know. I don't think they show him for all the eggs. Before he drops one of the eggs, he says, "May the Lord have mercy on your soul, but such a thing doesn't exist." Does he say souls? He doesn't believe in souls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That was funny. Basically, all of Janine's students' eggs break. None of Melissa's do, right? Janine's, well, we find out because Melissa hard-boiled them. I was wondering what was going on because it's like they would fall so fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Basically,
smart.
Janine's students are devastated. And Eli, the one who called the egg his best friend and named him Ralph. And as a psychologist, I don't know what you make of that. And he said it was his best friend. So I don't know. Yeah, that was terrible.
Remember when
Janine
like kids all had like invisible friends?
Oh yeah. I think I still do.
I mean, I think they still do per se, but like that was like another trend in sitcoms.
Oh.
The long-standing invisible friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, in Sesame Street, Snuffleupagus, everybody thought he was made up because no one ever saw him. But then when stuff started coming out about not believing kids if they tell you something like terrible that happened, so then they made Snuffleupagus seen.
Thank goodness, because he's adorable.
Yeah. I love Snuffleupagus.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
He's probably like one of my favorite characters. I mean,
so cute.
And everybody loved Elmo or loves Elmo on this. And
no.
He's probably
Elmo,
he's not underrated, but like he's my guy. I like
Snuffleupagus? Yeah.
I love him.
I don't even know if he's still around. Like
I imagine
because of that
do they still
imaginary friend thing.
Show?
No, I don't
right?
Oh yeah, they still do. But when I was little, Elmo was not the popular one. Like Elmo got big after I got older.
Yes. I
can imitate him but I will not do it because I'll probably kill your ears. Okay.
Yes, you probably
but I can
will.
imitate.
And they're sensitive right now.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah, because I have like I have an issue.
Oh, I know why you're sensitive. Yes,
yeah,
I forgot.
It was bleeding. Yeah, good times. I'm sorry.
No, you could share with the listeners.
I don't need. Oh, okay. That's all right. I don't want to go into details, but we'll just say that the doctor looked at him. She's like, "Oh, you'll be all right. I'll just get you some drops." I haven't even picked up the ear drops yet. I got to do that today.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
you haven't. You haven't picked up the eardrops from the bleeding. You're supposed to prevent an infection. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you. And you're a podcaster that has to wear headphones. I'm gonna kill you. Just hurt my dog. Oh yeah, I'm in a different location. For those of you watching, I'm in my son's room.
It's great. I love the cow picture. And
the cow was painted by Bruce Ackerman, who was a local artist, older gentleman. He would draw the annual Christmas in the Woodstock Times, a little cartoon, like not always political, but it would be a little bit maybe political. And he used to draw cartoons for Playgirl. Like little political cartoons, yeah.
Ooh.
Fun fact.
There you go.
Okay. And he used to play guitar, and I would sing with him, and my husband would play oh my God, I forgot the name of them again. This happened to me another day. They're stand-up drums. I cannot remember the name of them. No. Everybody says that. No. It's basically a drum kit where the main drum.
I remember you doing this. You did this before you had Donovan too. Like you would have like little gigs.
More
I remember
before
this.
Donovan. Yes. I mean, I would sing. I wasn't the main because he would sing, Bruce Ackerman, but it was very old country songs. But I can't believe I can't remember the name of these drums. This happened to me the other day, and then I think I asked Dave, and then he told me it's specifically this type of sound they used a lot with like the older country songs and like Johnny Cash and all this stuff.
I should probably know this too.
You should too. Okay, I'm gonna blame you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, did we get into that? Oh, because the painting.
I don't my ear.
I love that painting. I don't remember where Dave. I don't think we got it even. I can't remember now if we got it directly from. It's a cow. It's a mama cow and her baby and her calf.
It's adorable.
So we put it in here when he was a baby. Okay.
Aww.
All right. Wow. Really veering off topic here.
Always.
Assistant. Here we go. Okay. So this is really funny. We get into Janine keeps staying like very positive about it.
Yes.
And doesn't really understand the science behind it. And Greg
Mhm.
helps her learn because she's like, you need to understand the science in order for your students to understand it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll help you like learn about it. And he's like, because Amber canceled on me anyway. I was like, WTF? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why was he going to go out with her? Ugh.
Gross.
Pushy enough,
Gross.
I guess. Ugh. Men. They're so predictable. Anyway, the convo in the staff room about the things they don't believe in.
Oh,
meanwhile, too,
my
wait.
gosh.
Jacob says science is basically history and math.
Mm-hmm.
Greg's like,
Yep.
no, it's not. And then Mr. Johnson. Oh, no, first it's Melissa goes, I don't really believe in the moon landing. And Mr. Johnson's like, I don't believe in the moon. And then Jacob's like, gluten intolerance is just internalized white guilt. Mr. Johnson, gluten ain't real.
Gluten ain't real.
Eva, Stevie Wonder ain't blind.
Oh my gosh. Stop it.
That was, I think, my favorite part of this episode.
It was funny. My notes are all over the place with this one. I was like drawing arrows.
Well, I have Janine to finish like this part off because then I go into the side story about Barbara. That's where I am. So to finish this part off, at least for me, for my notes, I have Janine ends up doing a different kind of science experiment with the eggs. She does an egg lift, which was really cool. Yep. I love. In fact, now I want to do it, of course. Right. And the fan pops
all the balloons, and they all drop
in the gym because they go that high.
Yeah.
And then breaks the eggs, and Mr. Morton has egg on his face at the end. Okay. Did you want to say anything about the egg drop storyline?
I don't think so. I don't think my things go into that.
Not that part. Okay.
No, I can, and I'll share my wrap up notes at the end when you ask me if there's anything else.
So Barbara has a student, I think it's Tamika, right? Tamika, and the mom is very sweet, very nice, but she has a gigantic B word. I mean, I wonder if that's a real tattoo. It's huge. Cute.
Oh, right.
The B word tattoo across her chest, like right under her clavicle.
Yeah.
And where am I here? And then, so Barbara's like, could you please cover that up? She's like, sure. She zips up her hoodie, and that has the SL word on the front.
Oh, man.
So Barbara does talk to the other, teachers about it, and Ava doesn't mind the content. It's the placement. But she, she talks about that this mom grew up with Eve, Lil' Kim, and I feel like there was another one. I should have written it down.
Yeah, you remember those. Remember, was it Eve that had the paw prints right here, or was it Lil' Kim? It was Eve, right?
No, it was Eve. It was Eve, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And does Pink have tattoos up in this area, or am I
up in there? I don't know.
No. Okay, maybe I'm just thinking of
no, she might. I don't remember that about her, but I might not have paid attention.
But I remember. I remember
that.
Also,
too, it's the word too, because like Barbara's very offended by it, where really that woman thinks of it, I think, is like empowerment, right?
Right.
So I just have to quote, I wish I could do it the way Barbara said it, because Ava says the placement, she's like, the clavicle, she's like, should be on the tatas, that's hot, or something. And Barbara goes, how could anyone find this tattoo hot? I can't do it the way she said it, but the way she said tattoo, oh my god, I was dying. Barbara completely, so she does talk to the woman, the mom, and she insults her because she offers her a single mother's support group like pamphlet, which I don't even know where she got that from. Also, a clothing swap. I mean, I was like, oh my god. And it's this woman's clothing line. Yeah. And she even has the lip ring is from her line.
What did the lip ring say?
We don't know. Barbara just went,
okay.
Like Barbara just took a deep breath after when we saw her in the hallway. No, she doesn't say what it says, so who knows? Barbara ends up checking it out online, and Ava has like a good talk with her actually and gives her good advice. I think she says like you don't need to understand why she has the clothing line as long as like basically the child is okay and does well and everything.
Right.
And Ava
Right.
wants the leggings that say
Yeah.
the WH word on it, the bad word on it. Barbara ends up apologizing. Oh, and I want to say something before you wrap it up. I never noticed it till this episode. I don't know if it was because I think this is when I was watching. They were showing like the credits while they were showing Jacob talk to Greg about Mr. Morton. And
Oh, yeah.
Jacob was like, because earlier in the episode, Janine imitates Greg and like says that he said it in like a whiny voice, something like, I'll teach you or something. He's like, I didn't say it like that. And then this time Jacob's like saying that Mr. Warren's like, have a nice weekend. And he's like, he doesn't talk like that. No one talks like that. He gets all upset. So anyway, I must have been like reading the credits for some reason. And this shot like stood out to me. It said executive story editor, Ava Coleman. So Ava is named. See, there's probably a bunch of them in there. Did we see something else? Oh, the teacher's name that the school is named after. It was one I said this when we first started after I watched the Oprah interview with Quinta Brunson. The school is named after a teacher.
Oh, okay.
Jane Abbott.
Yes.
And we did talk about it. So like, there's probably more of these if I looked up credits. Anyway, I just thought that was cool. Okay. What did you want to say?
Oh, I wrote in my notes. It was funny. Like, I don't know if they were in the faculty room in the beginning of the episode and they were Ava was involved in this conversation and I don't know who she was talking to, but she said something about a movie and she alluded to Boys to Men Mama. Was it Soul Food?
No, I didn't hear it. Oh, yes. Ava, Jacob, because Jacob, they were talking about Thanksgiving and he always plays the movie Soul Food. Or she's like, guess what movie I play? And she goes, Soul Food. And like, Mama. And they sang,
So, I love me some Boys to Men.
Yes,
like,
me too.
I mean, give me some Motown Philly, End of the Road, On Bended Knee. I mean, the list goes on. That Mama song is so long and it's a beautiful song, but it was at every single, it was like, I think we had like a bet going at some point, like Matt and I when we go to all these weddings.
So you're going to hear it.
Who do you think the son and mother dances?
Oh my God.
Is it
Mama? That's so funny.
I kid you not. 9 times out of 10, if it was, and I'm like, I gotta go. I can't. This song, I just ruined it for me. So it's like a running joke with us when we go to weddings. If somebody like busted out the Mama,
I don't think I ever went to a wedding.
Why anybody would want to pick it? It's like 9 minutes long. It's like, why don't you just
so like it's the dance over
it out to November Rain at this point? I mean, just. Let's go for an 11-minute song.
Let's just dance to Thriller. Okay. Thriller is long too, I believe.
So that one made me chuckle a little bit. And and then for some reason I said, what's your favorite B word? Because
the B word on it. She's like,
so
Barbara.
I was like, favorite B word, go. What's like your favorite B word? Not curse word, but
booze.
Favorite. You know what mine is?
What?
Bananarama.
Bananarama. It's a band. Yeah.
It's a great B word.
It's a great B word. I don't know if it's actually a word.
This is your girl. This is what ends up when you tell me to take notes.
I hadn't thought about my favorite B words. I was just laughing at the way she was saying the B word. She was like, Barbara, blessing, blueberry. I was like, I didn't think about it. I mean, booze just came to mind. I almost said boo and then another word that had boo in it because that just came up. But the booze is a funny word. Boy.
Bananarama.
When you say it like that, I think it's funny.
All right.
It's fun to say. Is there a word that's fun to say with a B?
I guess.
Bananarama.
Sure.
Bananarama's not a word. Banana is a word.
Bananarama. Yeah, you're right. Blitz.
But it's fun to say. Blitz. But see,
Barnyard.
I don't like the blend. Like that's not. Yes, it's a B word, but it's not. It's a blend. It's B. Anyway, like blueberries. Blessing.
Anyway. Blessing.
Okay.
Bless your heart. All right, that's it. So that's it. So we'll see you next time for whatever we're recording when we.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we don't get confused.
We're
I
doing
think we're doing
Abbott. We're
pretty
doing,
good.
and just like that, we
We got
are
an interview
rocking it.
coming up that you'll hear
Oh
about.
my gosh, that's right.
I know, I'm very excited. I just want to say, for those of you, I didn't put it in the notes. For those of you who do, I guess, watch on YouTube and wanted to watch and just like that, I didn't hit turn off. I didn't click the button that would say that we would record our video. I was very upset.
I was really upset.
She was very upset. You had just had a facial. I had the opposite of a facial where I was very shiny and sweaty and greasy and humid because of lack of air conditioning, which now we have that.
Thank goodness. It's
because
humid
we were
out.
living in a rainforest right now in the Hudson Valley. Thankfully, we did install those. Yeah.
You're welcome.
And I was cleaning them with Clorox wipes, which went and took my nail polish off. That's why I repainted. So that's a scary fact, FYI, people. It just
that's why you should wear gloves when you clean. Yeah.
I mean, I usually do. I just didn't think it would even wrap around my nail. Like I hadn't.
Yeah.
I've used wipes before, like at school or wiping my
shit.
That's never. No. Yeah. This is.
Wow.
Creepy. And it only did it to my right hand, which obviously is what I was using, I guess. Anyway. So didn't hit that button because the last time we recorded and just like that, we weren't video recording and I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
So
oh well.
Sorry. Because we looked awesome. I mean, we did. We looked really good.
Sure,
and I think I actually had makeup on. And I had makeup on too.
Right? Yeah. Oh well.
Unlike today. Okay.
And now you got us post Peloton workout with the headband.
I'm not post workout. I'm just no makeup.
It's all good. You're beautiful.
Oh, thanks. All right. Bye.
Bye.